Integrity Houston, ICPS blowdown in progress. Integrity Houston, voice check on DSN.
Houston, Integrity has you loud and clear on DSN.
And we have you loud and clear as well, and while we were handing over, ICPS was in blowdown.
Copy all, and we have 2 GNC cautions on the board for right RHC. Let us know if you see them.
Copy, Christina. We're seeing the same. We think we might have a channel failure. We are taking a look. Integrity Houston for camera streaming.
Go ahead.
All right, we are ready to join you on board if you're ready for us.
Houston, we are ready for you to come on board.
Copy. We'll let you know when we join you.
For the first time since they arrived in space, you're looking at a live view of the Artemis II crew in the Orion spacecraft. The crew inside Orion is continuing to configure the cabin and prepare for the upcoming proximity operations demonstration, which we expect to start shortly. And as you can see, it's pretty dim in the cabin right now. The lights are dimmed as the vehicle is in an eclipse.
And Integrity Houston, we have joined you on board. It is a little bit dark from our view, so you are free to turn up the lights for a hello.
All right, Houston, I just want a quick comm check. Can you hear this transmission?
Loud and clear, Reid.
All right, Amy, welcome on board the Integrity spacecraft. We got, right now, myself and Cristina are in seats 1 and 2, getting ready for rendezvous and prox ops demonstration. Victor's just finishing up getting out of suits and getting suit drying going, and Jeremy is hard at work in cabin configuration. It was an amazing ride uphill. The views, we've got 2 moon rises that we've had so far, and the views of planet Earth. We've circled it completely, and we forgot how beautiful it is to look down on Earth.
Wonderful, Reid. It's spectacular to see you all, and so far so good with the day.
Amy, thanks for welcoming the world on board Integrity, and we're looking forward to a good rendezvous and prox operations here in a few minutes.
And on that note, Reid, we have the prox ops pad whenever you're ready to copy.
If you can give us about 2 minutes, we'll be ready to copy.
Standing by.
Welcome to the Artemis Flight Control Room. I'm NASA's Leah Cheshire Mustachio, and I'm excited to be your Orbit 1 commentator. We're hearing some comms from the crew as they are preparing for their proximity operations demonstration. And we have just had, for the first time in over 50 years, humans join the Deep Space Network. Now, we're used to people being on the Near Space Network, the Tracking Data Relay Satellite System with the International Space Station. But again, first time in 50 years that we will have crew traveling far enough to be on that Deep Space Network. These are our first views of the...
Integrity, we are ready for ProxOps pad.
Integrity, all times MET. ICPS maneuver to SEP, attitude. 3 hours, 18 minutes, 34 seconds. ICPS SEP, 3 hours, 22 minutes, 24 seconds. ICPS thermal turn, 4 hours, 03 minutes, 34 seconds. Depart no later than 4 hours, 30 minutes, 37 seconds. USS-2 TIG, 4 hours, 50 minutes, 07 seconds. Mandatory burn. ICPS disposal burn, 5 hours, 00 minutes, 11 seconds. How copy?
Okay, Amy, we copy all, and we are hopping over to 13.1.100 ProxOps FTO, and confirm you hear this transmitter loud and clear.
Confirmed loud and clear.
Mission Control Houston just polled go for the ProxOps demo. And the crew aboard Orion is starting to get into the configuration for that demo. Another live view here in Artemis Mission Control. So with proximity operations coming up first, we will look for separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. That is the stage that propelled us in the perigee raise maneuver and the apogee raise burn.
Amy, we have 20.8.101 post-BFS engage actions open on step 2.1, but we are taking no actions in that procedure. Moving on.
Copy, and I have a story on the right RHC when you're ready to hear it.
We'll call you in 2 minutes.
Standing by.
As we mentioned, the crew is...
Integrity, comm check from the Peltor headset connected to Seat 1 AIU.
Loud and clear, Victor. Tell me.
Happy the same, thank you.
This view coming live from Orion, now just 3 hours and 10 minutes since liftoff today from Kennedy Space Center. As you have heard, Mission Control Houston is go for the crew to conduct the proximity operations demonstration. Again, we will see the separation of the interim cryogenic propulsion stage coming up first in just under 12 minutes. As we saw when we had video of the crew on board, Victor Glover has now moved to seat 1. He launched in seat 2. He has switched places with Reid Weisman. He is going to be, Victor Glover will be commanding and piloting this portion of the mission. He'll be flying the vehicle, and he has let us know he is going to put the communication system on voice activation, so he's going to be speaking nearly continuously for the next approximately hour and a half so that the ground team can hear crew feedback on what it's like to fly Orion, how it's like the simulator here on Earth, and how it might be different. During the proximity operations demonstration, Glover will use the translational and rotational hand controllers to command Orion, first doing a translation control checkout and roll control checkout. He will get a read of Orion's roll, pitch, and yaw from this commanding. We'll hear calls about targets and degrees of width. There is no rangefinder available between Orion and the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, so this crew is using other data, like how big the upper stage looks outside of the window or through a camera. So the degrees that you'll hear him call out are the width of the target on the screen that he is monitoring. That screen is going to be fed by the docking camera that was set up after launch. The target that he'll be reading initially is the entire ICPS itself. We'll be about 100 meters or 300 feet away from the ICPS. Those degrees are going to be reported as greater on the screen because it's a larger target.
Can you just confirm that we have a gas introduction of some sort, nitrogen, I'm guessing?
Checking.
Again, we'll start with the ICPS itself being that target. As we get closer, the target switches.
Confirm O2 introduction in progress.
Integrity.
As we get closer to the ICPS conducting these maneuvers, the target that they will be reading back switches to the docking targets that are on the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, as if we were going to fly in and dock. Of course, this is a practice, essentially, for our future Artemis missions in which we will be docking to a lunar lander. Once the initial checkouts are complete, the crew will get a go to move in toward that forward target on the ICPS. They're going to brake at 75 meters, and again at 30 meters.
Okay, Reid, for the right RHC, it looks like it was a single event upset. We are now seeing all good channels. We did command a fitter reset from the ground. We do have a quick checkout that you could perform if you feel that you have time.
We are showing on right-hand controller, RHC pitch, channel 3, deselected.
Okay, that's fine.
And we expect that. For the checkout, you're going to confirm CSS is not selected and then do a full deflection positive pitch, then negative pitch.
Okay, so the right RHC is powered on, control stick steering is not selected, and you want a full negative pitch and a full positive pitch.
Affirm.
From C2, right RHC, here is a full negative pitch. It is now 0, and here comes a full positive.
Copy, we're following.
Right RHC is back to neutral, still show pitch channel 3 deselected.
Copy, that's a good checkout, and we'll do the reselection of the channel from the ground, and you are go for Orion 180 pitch, ATP, and Prox Ops FTO after SEP.
Outstanding. Picking up in step 1.3 is 13.100.
The crew just did a couple of tests with their hand controllers that they'll be using to command the spacecraft. Again, we expect to hear quite a lot of communication from them during this time period, so I'm going to front load you with a lot of information of what you can expect to hear. So initially, again, that target that they will be monitoring is the ICPS itself once we have undocked. And then as we move in closer, it becomes the docking target. The crew will fly all the way into 30 meters before, and they will break at 75 meters, braking again at 30 meters, and then arrive and hold at 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. Victor Glover is going to conduct an attitude alignment and then move into the precision translation test and then the precision rotation test. They are exactly as they sound. These are small movements while closer to the ICPS, like we would need to make if we were docking. Of course, again, this is essentially a practice for our future the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. This is the upper stage separation burn and provides the separation we need between Orion and the ICPS. ICPS will then have its own deorbit burn over the Pacific Ocean following Orion's departure. Again, maneuvering to separation attitude coming up now in just about 40 seconds, and separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage coming up in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. We are now 3 hours and 18 minutes since liftoff. We expect to have views from the docking camera. This is new hardware on Artemis II, and testing it out here helps us reduce the risk in using it for future missions. We'll be using this for proximity operations and our overnight demonstration tests as well. It remained stowed for ascent and was installed shortly thereafter. The plan is to keep it installed during the crew sleep period, but they will remove it during crew wake since it keeps the crew from observation and photography out of that window.
Houston integrity Vox check from seat 1 on the Peltor headset.
Loud and clear.
Okay, I have you the same. Calls requesting a response will be prefaced with Houston. All other comm, no response required. Houston, how do you copy that?
We copy. We're ready.
We are ready. Just some words on my configuration. I'm wearing my Oxsuit boots, and they're clipped in to the seat 1 foot pan to give me some stability. I've got the shoulder straps of the harness on tightened, holding me down to the seat pan, so I feel really stable for actuating the rotational and translational hand control.
Glover letting the teams here on the ground know that he doesn't expect a response from them.
We're currently ICPS, next phase 245. Our next action is in about 2 minutes. Starting timers. Thank you for Bright. Did we confirm with them about the power down? The sun is coming up. Houston integrity for the power down. Are we okay to brighten the DUs or prox ops demo?
Your go to configure DUs as bright as you like.
Integrity.
Expecting ICPS separation coming up in about a minute and a half.
Houston, ICPS maneuver complete. Good step attitude.
Integrity copies.
Reid shared just before launch, this is a crew activity. We will be hearing Victor's voice.
But also the sun's coming up, so that could be it. Okay, about a minute until we start timers.
Cristine Koch is floating to Victor's left. She's in charge of the timing and procedural discipline.
30 seconds to timer start. And that timer starts at separation. Command sent. Stand by for separation. Yeah, we have good separation, good motion. We are ATP go.
Confirmation, separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Good motion. Go for 180 pitch, confirmed. Separation confirmed, Houston.
Houston copies.
All right, here comes the pitch rate. Video. I have no stop stream option. Straight out. Dot cam selected. I see it. Look at that. Woohoo! That
This view inside Orion.
I see the moon in the camera, and now I see ICPS in the docking camera field of view. Okay, waiting for 550. I'm on the THC. There's 550, starting the 19N. 1.
This is the view from
5. 9. And
this is the view arrow. The docking camera is showing the crew inside Orion.
19 ends. The SMRCS.
Enabled. Caution, prop, SMRCS manifold 3, OX-P health.
Much quieter. Got a little rumble,
Checking.
like we're driving on a rocky road, but much quieter than in the sim. I'm showing about 3 degrees wide on ICPS. And it's holding right near the center.
Integrity, no action for you on that enabled prop caution.
No action.
All right, still waiting on the 19 ends to burn out. Thrusters are still fine. We've got a little rumble. It's like driving on a rocky road. All right, burned out. Okay, I see about 2.6 degrees wide on ICPS. All right, zooming in. There's 3x. 2.7 degrees wide. Here goes 6x zoom. Looks to me like we might have even slight closure. I definitely don't think we're opening. Anybody else? Okay, 2.6.
Houston, hold confirmed at 2.6 degrees.
Copy.
Look at the exposure difference between 2 and 3. That's 3. It's quite washed out. When I go to 2, I can see the docking target. I'm going to leave it at 2 for now.
Step 6.
The degrees Glover is reporting.
Okay, 3 outpulses. 1, 2, 3. And it again is that rumble, a little bit of a rumble from the service module. I hear them still burning. It looks like they just burned out. And I'm seeing opening. We definitely have opening. 1, 2, 3, 4 impulses. And so far, what I can tell you about this is it's much tighter than the sim. There's not a lot of lateral movement, not a lot of rotational movement as these are burning out. ICPS is nice and stable in the camera field of view. It is 2.5 degrees wide, and we should have a slight closing rate. It is a half a degree below the center of the docking cam. It is 2.5 degrees wide. In authority DAP, it's quite nice and very responsive. And the camera is also better than what we were flying in the sim. I'm getting very slight movements, so it's making it easier to assess opening and closing. This camera is much better than the sim. We will be less than 4 degrees. I'm going to start left since it's just to the left. So here comes 2 left. 1, 2, left. Good motion. Looking for 1 full degree, so I'll start at the center hack. ICPS is centered, waiting for 1 degree to the right. I'm going to give it 1 down, if that's okay. All right, we still got good motion. I'm going to hit 1 down for correcting ICPS towards the center. All right, and then when I get 1 degree of motion, copy. There's 1 degree hack. 1, 2, 3, 4 rights. 2 lefts to center, copy. Again, very responsive. Authority DAP is quite responsive. It's very intuitive. I got about 1/4 of a degree, maybe even less than that, of overshoot by starting at 1 degree of movement. And I've got good motion, half a degree back toward the center line, and I will capture it with 2 lefts. I'm going to lead that by about 1/4 of a degree. Here comes the first 1, 2, and I'm going to give it, I'm going to let those down slowly correct themselves. So, all right, again, that little rumble, it's like a very slight rumble, like just driving over a little slightly rocky road, and the 2 lefts are in. We've stopped on the center line laterally and vertically, waiting for it to correct back to the center. Here comes 2 downs. 1, 2. Start counting at the center. Copy 2.5 degrees wide on ICPS.
And Houston, Ike keeps talking about the rumble, and I think from the previous spacecraft that we have flown, Soyuz and the SpaceX Dragon, we're used to a more distinct popping sound out of the thrusters, and this is just more of a gravelly road, kind of very calm. There's not a lot of dynamics on board. Very smooth vehicle.
1 degree of motion. Here comes 1.
Copy
2,
observation.
3, 4 up. Okay, there's 1/4 of a degree overshoot, maybe 1/3 of a degree, and we've got motion is stopped. Waiting for motion. Yep, this one is taking a little longer. Motion is tracking back the other direction now. We'll go 2 downs to center. We also had an up correction going in, so I think I didn't take that out before we started this. That may have contributed to it overshooting a little bit more than the previous. Yeah, we started with a little bit of Z motion due to that correction earlier on. All right, half a degree to go, and then we'll go 2 downs to stop it in the center. Still right at 2.5 degrees wide. We'll probably only need 1 down to stop this. Okay, gonna put that in now. There's 1 down, and we are centered.
Houston, integrity translation checkout complete. Moving to step 7.
2.5.
Copy.
Equal. Back to that step. Okay. Okay. I'm good.
And Houston, with the stable ICPS diameter, we do have the opportunity to do one in pulse, but we are going to hang here for now.
Copy, concur.
Okay, I don't need to ref. Okay. All right, control stick steering. Engaged. Hold inertial. Diaphragm is ref. One degree on the rate scale set. Just trying to get that docking target background, so I'm going down exposure 1 now. I can see the docking target clear. Ready? Okay, 3 pulses to the right coming in. 1, 2, 3. Mid motion. 2 for 17. 5 degrees for 17. No cross coupling, no rate in other axes. 10 degrees for 17. Good motion. See ICPS center docking target 12 for 17.
The degrees you hear Glover reporting are the amount the ICPS is taking up on the docking camera, which you see in the left side of your screen.
All right, roll rate is at 0. Ready? Aligned. Giving it 1 down, 1 left.
Houston, roll alignment complete.
Little gravel road.
Copy.
And we got another momentary enabled caution prop SM RCS manifold 6 ox P.
No impacts to Prox Ops demo. Good to continue.
Integrity.
Point 2. Set. Okay, let me center ICPS and get stable. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go right. Okay, roll right and hold. All right, roll right. It's coming in. Roll good motion, no cross coupling. It's only roll rate. I see ICPS 2 for 5. 3. It is slow, easy to anticipate, and stopping at 5. Was able to stop right at 5. Houston integrity, oh, sorry. Okay, going left. Good motion, it's all roll. No rates in pitch or yaw. 2. All right, roll rate released at 0. Back to the center. Roll is slow but nice and predictable, easy to anticipate and stop with precision.
Houston, roll checkout is complete.
Copy.
You're 2.6 degrees wide. Ready. Pulling edge key. Pitch is in pulse. It's just greater than half a degree low. 3x. Pitching up 1 pulse. For 1 degree. Pitch up. Nice and snappy. And there's 1. Anticipated, stopped it right on that 1.5 degree line. Okay, and returning it to the pitch down. Stop just greater than half a degree low. Stop. Very nice. That pitch was very tight, very responsive. I was able to stop it right where I started it. pitch going back to discrete. A 0.7 degrees low. Pitch up and hold. All right, pitch up. Stopping it. Again, very responsive also in discrete. Pitch down and hold. Back to initial vertical position. Stop. Captured. Very nice. Ready for yaw to pulse. Going right, 1 pulse. A good motion. There's all right, and yaw left, 1 pulse and stopped it right at 1 degree. Very responsive in yaw as well. Left 1 pulse, good motion, no cross coupling, and 1 degree. Stopped, overshot about 1/8 of a degree. Back to original position. Yaw going back to discrete. Yawing right and hold. 1 degree. Good motion, no cross coupling, 1/2 a degree. There's 1 degree stopped and overshot about 1/8 of a degree, but nice capture. Yeah, I'm getting a little of a bounce here. I think that, not sure, it's most likely from us, the camera, or this vehicle wobbling in yaw. So ICPS is moving, it's wobbling left and right slightly in the camera view. It did stop at the 1 degree of motion quite precisely, but we got this bobble just now, going back to initial position by yawing left and holding. While it's yawing, it is solid. There's no bobble. Stop, released. See if that bobble comes back. There is a slight bobble, maybe dead banding or just the camera or the vehicle fluctuating. Are you guys seeing that, Houston? Are you seeing the bobble in the docking cam video?
Victor, we are not, but it might be because it's a low rate for us.
Okay, copy. Had a little bit of a lateral oscillation there.
Houston, authority, DAP checkout complete, ready for step 12.
Copy, go to continue, and also, once you get there, you are go for forward target approach to 10 meters.
Integrity.
Copy. No. The DAP is going to course. It is showing course. 16 in, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14, 15, 16 ins.
Houston approach was initiated from approximately 2.7 degrees.
All right, I'm going to give it 1
Copy,
down.
2.7.
All right, we're coming up on 3 degrees wide. Stand by for 3 degrees. Hack 3 degrees wide. Gave it 1 down. It doesn't seem to be tracking down, though. I'm going to give it 1 more down in course. There we go. Responding to that one, going to give it 1 left in course as well. Good corrections. Good, are you okay?
This view live inside Orion.
3 videos, do you, or field of view, do you need any lighting adjustments in the cabin?
Cab camera looks good to us. Thanks.
Integrity.
Tack will be at 0.5 degrees wide. Stand by. Hack 3.5 degrees wide at 1823.
The crew received the go to move in towards 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Yeah, sure.
Again, pilot Victor Glover flying the Orion spacecraft right now.
That will be at 4 minutes. I'm sorry, 4 degrees wide.
This is all to teach us about how Orion flies manually in space and prepares us for future missions when we'll need to dock with a lunar lander.
Stand by for 4 degrees wide. Back. ICPS is 4 degrees wide at 19. Course, and here comes 10 outs. 2, 5, 10 outs. ICPS is still stable. That little wobble, lateral, a little yaw induced. Again, can't tell if that's the camera or the vehicle, but overall it's pretty stable. Very, very minor oscillation.
Houston, 75-meter braking is complete. Going into dock cam exposure check.
Copy.
Copy. You got it. One pick that fine. You're fine, and one right. Okay, stand by for 4.5 hack, 1950. All right, coming up on 5 degrees wide. And back, 5 degrees wide, 2020. Okay, next action is when the center docking target is 1 degree wide. It is about half a degree wide right now. Copy. Thank you. 6, hack, 24, 6 degrees wide. Fine, I'm going to go 1 up, right. Copy, going course and 1 out. Your course, 1 out. Back to fine, 1 up. Stand by for 6.5 degrees wide. Excuse me, I may have skipped on you, 5.5. Heck, that's 5.5 degrees wide. That may have been the reason we thought, I skipped 1 on you, I skipped 5. 1 up, 1 right. Okay, all right, course. We did a mistaken slowdown, so going back course and 1 in. Not as far ahead as we thought we were. Okay. All right, coming up on 6.5, hack, 6.5 degrees wide. Fine. You're fine, going up, up, 2 ups, and 6. Good grief. That was 6 degrees wide, the last hack I gave you. I think I skipped through 6.5. I'll give you 7. All right, stand by for 7 degrees wide. ICPS is 7 degrees wide, hack, 2245. All right, in ICPS, the center docking target is about 0.7 degrees wide. Next hack is 7.5, correct? All right, 7.5, hack. Right. Right about 0.75 degrees wide on the center docking target. Left and fine. 8 degrees, hack, 2322. All right, I'm going to transition to center docking target, 0.8 degrees wide. The next action will be course and 6 outs when it's 1 degree wide. There's something floating to the right of ICPS. Did you see that float off the screen on camera view? 0.8 degrees wide. Quite large. All right, I'm going to course. 0.9 degrees. 1 degree wide. Here comes 6 outs. 1, 2, 3, 6 outs.
Houston, 30-meter braking complete.
Copy.
This view from Orion's docking camera looking at the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. They have completed their 30-meter braking and are flying in towards 10 meters away.
Copy, looking for 2.5 plus or minus a quarter of a degree. All right. It's about 1.2. Copy, looking for 2.5 plus or minus a quarter of a degree. It's about 1.2, 1.1.
This view from the docking camera is a zoomed-in view at this time. Again, we are coming in, we were at 30 meters, moving in toward 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. And again, we are seeing a docking target, but this is practice.
5 degrees wide hack.
We are not docking to anything today. This is a test of how Orion flies when completed manually by the pilot.
That is definitely worth it. 5 degrees wide on the center docking target. Nice and smooth. It is actually holding. Next hack will be at 1.5 degrees wide on the center docking target. Nice and smooth. It is actually holding quite close to the center, so I haven't had to make many corrections. Nice and stable so far. We are at manual exposure 1, which is interesting. I don't know what the sun angle is right now, but that seems to be the best view of the center cross. It's a little low. Right there. And you see the shadow of the center cross. It's a little low. Maybe these seat belts weren't a good idea because now I can't see there. It. All right, next one will be 1.5. Stand by. Maybe these seat belts weren't a good idea because now I can't see it. All right, next one will be 1.5. Stand by. Hack 1.5 degrees wide at 2650. Hack 1.5 degrees wide at 2650. Minus a quarter of a degree to be course 4 outs. And then at 2.5 plus or minus a quarter of a degree to be course 4 outs. And I'm jealous I can't float up to the window and see it out in front of us. And I'm jealous I can't float up to the window and see it out in front of us. Coming up on 1.75 degrees wide. Coming up on 1.75 degrees wide. Pack 1.75.
This view inside Orion as the crew is using their iPhones to take pictures out of the window of the
1.75 degrees wide at 2740. All right, it'll be 10-meter arrival next, so once we get to 2.25,
they're able to see the interim cryogenic propulsion stage outside the windows.
10-meter arrival next, so once we get to 2.25 degrees wide, we're in the window to start braking. Course and 4 outs. Coming up on 2 degrees wide. Two degrees wide. Back 2 degrees wide. 20. Center docking target is 2 degrees wide. Back 2820. Center docking target is 2 degrees wide.
Standing by for Orion to arrive 10 meters away from the ICPS.
I see we're at about 2.25 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and go to course now. And I see we're at about 2.25 degrees wide. Start the outs. 1, 2. I think we're in the window to start braking. 4 outs. Start the outs. Did not induce 2. A lot of rotation. 3. So not a lot of 4 outs there. That did not induce a lot of rotation. So not a lot of cross controlling there. And waiting for closure to stabilize. I'm showing us at about 2.5. Fine. Just to center us up. We're in fine. 0.25. Fine. Just to center us up. We're in fine. Going right.
Copy, Reid. You are go to execute forward target handling qualities test. Copy, Reid. You are go to execute forward target handling qualities test.
We're 2.3 degrees wide. We're in the window. We're 2.3 degrees wide. We're in the window.
The crew is now moving into some precision translation.
We are within 2 degrees, definitely. We are within 2 degrees, definitely. I could do 1 or 2 things, but the fly out. Okay, yep. I'm going to center it up, so I'm going to go down. Fly out. Okay, yep. I'm going to center it up, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to translate down. Just a little bit. I mean, we're talking about a fraction of a degree. Just a little bit. I mean, we're talking about a fraction of a degree. Going to 6x. And going to 6x. That cross to get centered. And I'm waiting for that cross to get centered, and then I will pitch up. It's definitely good enough.
Again,
so
Glover is able to...
So I'm going to stop it right there. Now I'm going to pitch up. Stop it. Center. Now I'm going to pitch up. Center it.
Glover is using the docking camera on Orion, looking at the ICPS that you see in the left of your screen.
ISOS is very easy to do, and ISOS is a flyout complete. Copy. Copy.
Houston, angular alignment complete, ready to begin. Houston, angular alignment complete, ready to begin. Fine hailing quality.
Copy. Copy.
Copy. Copy. Affirm. Affirm. Burn fine. Burn fine. 3x zoom coming.
This is a zoom view from the docking camera on Orion.
Fine.
We are about 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Y-axis ready. Start in the center, and we're out and fine. Okay. Copy, a little opening. Back to center laterally. Okay. Yep, 2.75. Yeah, I see opening. Okay. So we're centered. 1, 2, there's 3 left good pulses. A little bit good motion down or up in on ICPS. And there comes 1. There's a ½ degree good motion. A little bit of down or up in on ICPS. And there comes 1, 2, 3 to null. About a 1/10 of a degree overshoot. We're looking pretty stable right now. We did have some upward motion on ICPS. I'm going to correct that out as well. I'll give 1 more out and fine. Okay, and 3 right. Here comes 3 right. 1, 2, 3 right. Bringing it back to center. Good motion. Picking up a little bit of upward motion. 2.7 stable on the range. Copy. And going to capture it with left. 1, 2, 3. Near center. Do you feel that? Okay, a little rumble. Felt something here just a second ago. And 2.6 on the range. All right, and we're going to go 3 pulses up. I'll start measuring from the center. 1, 2, 3, up. There's center, and we'll null 1 degree low. Overall, the control is very responsive. Not sure if it's the dead banding ½ degree good motion, but I am doing a little bit more lateral correcting to keep it centered. And there's 1, 2 to catch it. About a 1/10 of a degree overshoot. We got some lateral motion build up in there. I'll go left to correct that. All right, 3 downs to bring it back to center. 1, 2. Range is good. We had to do some opening half a degree. Good motion to take out the 1, 2, 3 downs, and we are centered. And so like that, it does seem to move a little bit more, but it's very responsive in the corrections, and so I was able to stop it right on the center. Holding at 2.6, 6x zoom going in. Ready. All right, half inner circle for 60 seconds. Good range. Happy. Minute. Copy. 15 seconds until center on center. All right, going to on and on. A higher gain there, definitely requiring some control, some more frequent control inputs. Stable there now, trying to minimize inputs and see if I can hold that stable. Copy. Okay, time's good.
Houston, translation test complete. Would you like us to go to step 16 or 18?
Perform step 16.
All right, big step is fine. We're holding at 2.5. Center. It's down and hold. For 1 degree, good motion, no cross coupling, half a degree. And waiting for 1 full degree of motion. Stop. Wow, stop right on the line. No cross coupling, good motion. There's half a degree going back to the center. That's very responsive. Yawing left. Half a degree. And stopping it right on the vertical grid line. We had a little bit of a translation. Back, yawing right, good motion, cross coupling, half a degree. Back to the center line, stop. Very, very nice control in the rotations. Go left to confirm motion. Good motion. And copy that, Dana. Thank you. Going back to center. Dana said looking out the window, she was able to perceive the motion of all of the alignment tests that we just did.
Houston, we're in step 18, ready for back away.
Concur.
That is course, showing course. 6 outs, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 6.
You're hearing the voice of pilot Victor Glover. He is backing away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, having completed this portion of the proximity operations demonstration.
Good opening.
Once the interim cryogenic propulsion stage completes its thermal turn, they will begin using the target on this side of the ICPS.
5 or 6. All right, picking it back up at 4. See the cross. 2 is pretty better picture.
Glover is also able to control the brightness of the screen and of the docking camera that you see. Again, we are not docking today. This is a test of how Orion flies when done so manually and helps us prepare for future Artemis missions. We did see the crew move in all the way to 10 meters from the ICPS. They are now backing away as was planned. The interim cryogenic propulsion stage will make a turn, and then the crew will fly in again and conduct some similar tests with a side docking target.
That's about 7.
We're just over 4 hours since launch today, a very busy day for the crew.
All right, coming up on 1.5, going course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in. It's 1.5.
Back away complete.
Copy.
Confirmation the crew has completed backing away from the ICPS.
We're holding right at 1.5.
Expecting that thermal turn to happen in about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
All right, I'm zoom 1X to watch the thermal turn.
Glover is also able to choose the zoom on the docking target. This view on the left will allow us to also see the thermal turn.
Copy. And I'm going to be course.
Standing by for interim cryogenic propulsion stage to do a thermal turn.
8 pulses down. But I see motion. I see pitch on ICPS.
ICPS thermal turn, start.
All right, here comes down.
On the display and out the window.
Course 1, 2, 3. 8 down pulses.
Great view of the ICPS that powered Orion during the perigee raise maneuver and apogee raise burn.
4, 5, 8. I can see the side docking target. That is a good looking American flag. Copy.
Again, this view coming from the docking camera on Orion, looking at the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. You can see that docking target down near the bottom of your screen.
ICPS thermal turn complete.
Copy that, Amy. We'll start working our way down.
Reminder, we are not docking today. This is a test of how it feels for pilot Victor Glover to manually fly the spacecraft. He's using the zoom feature on the docking camera to get exactly the view he wants as he prepares to move in and around the ICPS.
And docking target is about 1.75 degrees.
And Houston, we're holding at step 20, waiting for your go.
Stand by.
And we're almost to 2 degrees wide.
and I just don't want to lose this in the data, Amy. The separation was way back when we separated from ICPS. It was very aggressive.
Integrity, you are go for approach to side target to 15 meters and to execute handling quality tests.
Our course.
We are picking it up in step 20. I'll copy.
We copy.
Oh, it's almost 2 degrees wide. Their course, almost to 2 degrees wide, and here comes 4 outs. 1, 2, 4. All right, 2 plus or minus a quarter. We are.
Houston, 15-meter hold is confirmed.
Copy.
Orion is now 15 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
A couple outs.
They will not move in any closer. They're going to continue piloting the spacecraft.
3 left coming in now. 1, 2, 3. Good motion. A lateral, we might have a tad bit of closure and coming right to 2. All right. Okay, about a quarter of a degree, less than a quarter of a degree up to 3 rights, 2.1 degrees wide. Good motion. Half a degree. All right, here come the lefts to stop it. 1, 2, 3. 3 downs. 2, 3. Start measuring from the center. There's center. Good motion.
And Houston, with this sun angle, the white paint on the ICPS is so illuminated.
Half a degree.
It's hard to look at with the naked eye.
1.
Houston copies.
2, 3. And we picked up a little bit of motion to the left on ICPS. Okay, stopping that, correcting it back up. 1, 2, 3 to bring it back to center. Also correcting left. Good motion.
"46 minutes since the start of the proximity operations demonstration.
1, 2. All right. 2.1 degrees wide.
The degrees you hear pilot Victor Glover reporting are the amount of space that the docking target is taking up in his view that you're seeing here on the docking camera.
Copy. 6X, does it say? Okay, I'm in 6X, ready.
And Houston, can you confirm 6X zoom is good for 21.3?
Checking.
Good range. Good time.
6X zoom is good.
Starting the lateral alignment test.
All right, good range. Just inside 2, just inside 15 meters. Low gain inputs, not doing a whole lot of commanding. It's holding quite steady. When I'm not doing anything, it's holding nice and steady. The camera and the vehicle are holding steady. It's almost at the center. I will get set up for center on center. Cross over, docking hatch cross. All right, we're starting precision. A higher gain, higher frequency of inputs. It's very responsive. I just have to make inputs because it does seem to pick up lateral motion. Commanding. I'm able to hold the magenta cross within the width of the black cross on the side without, I was talking, it went out, but overall able to keep it centered, less moderate or less effort. Okay, complete.
Houston, translation of test complete.
Very precise control. That you
Copy, and you are go for the multi-axis test, and Reid, you are coming much lower volume than Victor.
Okay, I will speak up in the cabin mic.
That's better, thanks.
Again, pilot Victor Glover on the left side of your screen is manually piloting the spacecraft, executing the 6 degrees of freedom, translating forward, backward, left, right, up, and down, and rotating the pitch, yaw, and roll of Orion in relation to the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Course selected. Left RHC, right on THC. Ready? All right, and I'll get the yaw out to 2 degrees. Okay, it's there. Okay, range, it's just side of 2.
Integrity Houston, no action on the caution warning messages.
Give it some ends.
We copy that, Amy.
All right, lateral motion is held. Okay, 355 for 355. All right, nice and stable, focusing on range. Out, got a little opening, some ends to correct. Got some dynamics there at the beginning, going yawed and translation, yawed and translation, but caught up, was able to correct it out without many problems, moderate or less workload. Now it's very stable, just focusing on range. 50 for 345, and at 345 we go left. $50 for 345. Nice and stable. Range is good. 48 for 3.5, nice and stable, so we're in a good position to go course.
The crew is on the timeline and about 2 minutes away from their multi-degree of freedom yaw test.
7 for 3.5. 6. Yeah, that rate has gone down quite a bit. 5, there's picked up course. Yeah, the yaw rate had dropped off a bit. I put it back in. Okay, at 3-4, go discrete. $342. All right, coming up on 3. Right, left to stabilize. All right, we are just outside. Range has opened a bit. Actually, we're looking nice right at 2. Okay, ready. Course. Stand by. It's nice and stable. get out of course and just go fine to try to know a little bit. Oscillating around centered. Okay, I'm ready. Pick that. All right, got a good yaw rate. I'll watch the yaw rate closer this time. Fine. And, okay. To me, I did that in before to fine. Back to, all right, going out. So course out. All right, there we go. I see opening. Everybody concur? All right, thank you. I'm gonna go back to fine. All right, that yaw rate is slightly dropping off. I'm 348. One more out. I'll be 355 going to 350 for 35. All right, there's pick course. 2.1. Again, a little dynamic at the beginning, but to stabilize all the motion and correct it. Going up on 0. Oh yeah, you can see some of the coating on the fabric on the behind the docking target moving as we. All right. We're stabilized. About 1.75.
Houston, yaw multi-axis test complete.
Copy.
I do. Okay, I think we've stopped the opening.
All right, Houston, we're in instruction 167.
Stand by for separation.
T-Sig is not yet quite within 29. Waiting your instructions.
Yeah, we have good separation, good motion.
Reid, we're ready for you to go to instruction 169. You are go for multi-axis maneuver bias tail to sun.
Go for 180 pitch, confirmed. Separation confirmed, Houston.
Houston copies.
All right, here comes the pitch rate.
Coming up on 1 hour since separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, again almost an hour ago, and now 4 hours and 20 minutes since liftoff. We are getting closer to the tail end of the ProxOps demonstration.
Yeah, we have good separation, good motion. We are ATP go.
Confirmation, separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Good motion.
Again, during this demonstration, Victor Glover, the pilot aboard Orion, was manually piloting the Orion spacecraft in relation to the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. You can see that ICPS on the left side of your screen, and that ICPS visible through the docking camera.
1.75. 356 for 353. Copy. 355.
Of course, we're not docking to anything on the Artemis II mission, but this test helps us understand how Orion flies manually and helps us prepare for future missions when we'll need to dock to a lunar lander. The commands Glover has been sending to...
I did have to throw another yaw in there to keep it at .2, yeah. Overall, guys, this flies very nicely. Copy, 347 for pulse.
What Glover is using to command the spacecraft, the translational and rotational hand controllers.
Very precise. 3x set. It's the 358. Pitch down, going in.
Orion is using the 24 reaction control system thrusters on the European service module.
358 set. All right, going back to center. So course, and getting the docking count, target back to center. Focus on being stable. Yeah, the thruster firings are a lot less aggressive than I thought it would sound or feel, like driving on a gravelly road. The response is quite immediate. Not all the axes are even. Roll is very, very slow, but pitch and yaw are very snappy and responsive. And when you have the zoom set right, you can see very small motions, and so translations are all quite tight and very nicely balanced.
Houston, are you ready for the ATP for depart tail sun?
Affirm.
Auto inertial. Just going for stable, and we're stable.
Step 25.
Currently, Orion is about 15 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. At the conclusion of the proximity operations demonstration,
minus 26.
For the DAP 18 authority DAP.
And Reid, please repeat.
Holding on instruction 185, just want to make sure you are ready for DAP 18 and go for departure.
Go for DAP 18 and go for departure.
Copy, Houston, that's in word.
Capcom Amy Dill calling to the crew. They are go for departure from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
3 outs. Houston, integrity departure initiated.
Copy.
Orion is now backing away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. The proximity operations demonstration is complete. Coming up next, we will have the upper stage separation burn, providing distance between Orion and the ICPS.
Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. Copy, going off Fox. Great flying with you, Houston. Nice vehicle.
Great job, Victor, and to the entire crew, and we enjoyed your excitement at seeing ICPS out the window.
And Houston, I am bringing the exposure control down to 1 so that we get some video. Let us know if you want that higher for your bearing test.
Setting of 1 is good for us.
This is a live view from the Vehicle Ascent and Launch Operations Room. This is Valor, the ULA launch team support room. They are responsible for observing any program issues that may require their experience to correctly detect and assess. They've been monitoring the health of the ICPS prior to launch.
Houston, no action on the cautions.
They've been monitoring ICPS since before launch, through launch, and obviously during the proximity operations until the ICPS end of mission. Back inside Orion, we are expecting their upper stage separation burn. Again, that will take them away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage very shortly. The interim cryogenic propulsion stage will then conduct its own disposal burn and will burn up upon re-entry over Earth's atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean. This view of the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Copy.
"4 hours, 27 minutes since Orion launched. ICPS is stable in the dock cam field of view. We are going to stay in authority DAP, and we are going to discontinue all manual THC inputs.
Copy, Reid. Please take dock cam exposure to 0, wait 20 seconds, and then take back to 1.
Like, how's that in work?
Thanks.
As you heard Capcom Amy Dill ask the crew, they are able to control the exposure that we see from the docking camera down on the bottom right side of your screen as the interim cryogenic propulsion stage gets farther and farther away. That's actually Orion backing away from the ICPS, having recently completed the proximity operations demonstration, during which pilot Victor Glover manually flew Orion. On the left side of your screen, you can see Glover in the left. He's currently in seat 1, having conducted those prox ops. And on the right is NASA astronaut and commander of Artemis II, Reid Weisman.
And Houston, here comes the ATP for RPod 2 coast.
We're ready.
Houston, we are going to 12.2.2515 USS-2 burn execution.
We're with you.
"4 hours and 30 minutes since liftoff today of Orion, also referred to as Integrity, atop the Space Launch System rocket at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The crew continues to back away from the ICPS, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage that was used for the perigee raise maneuver, and the apogee raise burn that put them in the high Earth orbit where they're at now. Coming up shortly is the upper stage separation burn. Upper stage separation provides what we need to distance Orion and the interim cryogenic propulsion stage even further. The ICPS will have its own disposal burn.
Houston, for awareness, 2 minutes until ICPS maneuvers.
Integrity copies. Houston, we're checking with you in step 4, burn config ATP.
Go to continue, ready for ATP.
Houston, ATP burn config is go.
Copy.
This view live in Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston as the Orbit 1 team continues monitoring the flight of Orion on the Artemis II mission. We've just completed the proximity operations demo, during which pilot Victor Glover manually flew the Orion spacecraft, the first time anyone has done so. And we're preparing for the upper stage separation burn to separate Orion from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage even further. Major burns after this point are using the OMS, the Orbital Maneuvering Service Engine, on the European Service Module. There are also some 24 reaction control system thrusters on the European Service Module.
Integrity ICPS maneuver in work.
Integrity copies.
The interim cryogenic propulsion stage making an additional maneuver ahead of the USS-2 burn. That USS-2 burn coming from Orion. The ICPS will have its own disposal burn and will burn up upon re-entry over the Pacific Ocean. ahead to the upper stage separation burn. This provides distance from and the ICPS. Again, live here the ICPS will have its own Houston, Artemis Mission Control, to be exact. Just down the hall from the International Space Station Mission Control Room, also flying with humans aboard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have completed the proximity operations demonstration aboard Orion, and we are now looking ahead to the upper stage separation burn. This provides distance from between Orion and the ICPS. The ICPS will have its own disposal burn at about 5 hours MET. We are now 4 hours and 37 minutes MET, or time since launch. It's been a long day for the crew aboard Orion, and they still have a few tasks to complete before they can go to bed tonight. Of course, we'll have the upper stage separation burn that they will need to monitor. They'll continue doffing and stowing suits.
Houston's here.
Can you confirm what status you want us for suit drying?
Checking. And Integrity, can you confirm that you did the glove swap activity?
Negative, we did not do the glove swap activity.
All right, when able, you can do the glove swap activity, and then we'll need a 15-minute timer, and then we'll be ready to terminate suit drying.
Integrity.
Solar arrays are now in motion ahead of the USS 2 burn, the upper stage separation 2 burn. And with proximity operations complete, we will look forward to hearing from pilot Victor Glover how it felt to fly Orion. But just before his launch, we got to ask him how it felt and how he was looking forward to it.
As a test pilot, the opportunity to fly a spaceship is just a dream. It's unreal. The piloting role specifically, I will have an hour and a half or so where I get to fly the spacecraft by hand, and we fly Orion a lot in the simulator to train, but also to build an experience base for how the teams on the ground think Orion's going to work. And then when we fly Orion in space, we're actually going to compare the two to help them make better models. You know, my inner test pilot is like, of course, very excited about that. But really, the point of this is to make sure that Orion is a safe spacecraft so that we can go and do more complicated missions without having to think about, do we need to have a test pilot on every mission to fly this spacecraft? So far, I really like the way Orion flies, but it's only been in the simulator. And so the ability to fly one actually in space on a test mission is just a really unique opportunity.
Again, those words from pilot Victor Glover before his flight aboard Orion, and reflecting on how it's been to fly Orion in the simulator for those proximity operations demonstrations. Now he has gotten to do the real thing today, with ProxOps having just completed about 10 minutes ago. This view live inside Artemis Mission Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston as the crew continues to move away from the ICPS ahead of that upper stage separation burn. All 4 solar arrays are now in position ahead of the upper stage separation burn.
Integrity Houston, we are checking on those cautions.
Integrity.
Orion is now maneuvering into the proper attitude ahead of that upper stage separation burn. Orion continuing to maneuver into its proper attitude ahead of the upper stage separation burn. After this burn, the crew has a little more work to do before they can go to sleep. It's been a long day for them, having woken up about 8 hours before launch. The crew aboard Orion will continue stowing their suits and configuring the cabin as they need it for the duration of the flight.
And Integrity Houston, those caution warning messages for prop were seen on manifolds being used for maneuver to burn attitude. Still go for USS-2.
Integrity copy. Still go for USS-2. Thanks for the updates. And the crescent Earth from almost 20,000 miles looks amazing.
Thanks for that report.
Upper stage separation burn for Orion coming up in about 4 minutes. We're now 4 hours and 46 minutes since liftoff. This view coming live from the spacecraft, looking at one of the solar arrays. Those solar arrays are now swept forward, and that protects them from any loads imparted when we conduct this upper stage separation burn. 2 minutes until the upper stage separation burn. This will be the last burn of the evening. The crew will continue stowing their suits. They'll configure the cabin. They will also have their private medical conference. These are scheduled every single day to allow the crew to report how they're feeling down to team members here on Earth. Then they'll get into their pre-sleep and their sleep for the evening. They will only get a few hours of sleep to start. They're going to wake up essentially in the middle of this nap for the perigee raise burn. That burn will set us up for translunar injection tomorrow. A translunar injection burn is what will commit us to flying by the moon and also serves as our deorbit burn. Less than a minute now until the upper stage separation burn.
Integrity Houston, no action on the ohms caution.
Integrity copies.
And we have confirmation of the upper stage segment burn, start and complete, very short burn.
And Integrity Houston, no action on the RCS prop cautions. Let's taking a look.
Okay, copy. And we show about 10 seconds to go on a trim burn, and that is looking good. Attitude is stable.
Copy. Integrity Houston, good USS-2 burn.
Integrity copies, good USS-2.
Confirmation of a successful USS-2 burn, upper stage separation. This view live from Orion, you can see on the right the solar array. You also heard some calls from Capcom Amy Dill to the crew about some cautions that they will see aboard the spacecraft that they're looking into on the reaction control system thrusters, and no action is needed from the crew at this time.
Houston Integrity and procedure 12.2.2515 USS-2 burn execution. Confirm you will complete remaining post-burn reconfig, and we will exit the procedure.
We concur. We'll take it from here.